Picture this. It's a bright sunny day in good old California without a cloud in sight. You're looking out toward the Newport Pier off your beachside terrace, sipping on your Corona with the wind caressing your hair while you bask in the ambience of the soothing waves. Your phone goes off. It's a reminder you set yourself to pay the rent tomorrow. $15,000 a month. It makes a huge dent in your monthly salary, and you could feel your stress levels heighten the more you think about it. But that's the cost of getting an oceanfront 4-bedroom apartment, you convince yourself. The bill reminds you of work the next day, that you're gonna have to wake up at 5 a.m. just to beat the traffic on the 405 to LA, a usual 1.5 hour commute at best. It's not even a job you enjoy. You're only in it so you can pay your bills. Just the thought of the road rage and dragging yourself to work makes you feel sick, not to mention the sketchy roads in Compton you have to pass through. What a buzzkill. Is this your image of life in Southern California? Didn't think so. Most people only see the beautiful weather that SoCal provides, and not all the financial stress or crime rates that comes with it. Researchers have termed this cognitive bias as the focusing illusion. The focusing illusion is a phenomenon that when people evaluate two alternative scenarios, say living in Southern California in the Midwest, will be naturally disposed to focus on one element. The Midwest is cold and wet, while Southern California is sunny and warm. Hence, life in Southern California must be better. This concept was theorized by Nobel laureate Professor Daniel Kahneman and Dr. David Scotty, who conducted this exact study to see if living in California actually makes people happier. In their study, they asked students in the Midwest, specifically Michigan and Ohio, and students in Southern California to evaluate either their own life satisfaction or the life satisfaction of a student in the other region. Both Californians and Midwesterners predicted Californians to be happier, and students' ratings suggested that the better climate would contribute to higher happiness levels. The results, however, showed that there was no discernible difference in both the happiness levels found and the contribution of climate to those happiness levels. Kahneman and Scotty found that easily observed and distinctive differences between locations are given more weight in such judgments than they will have in reality. Overall, academic research indicates that other factors, primarily social relations, work, financial situations, and health, have a much larger influence on happiness. In another study conducted by Kahneman, Scotty, and others, they sought to confirm whether people are actually happier if they were richer. I'm sure we've all thought about this question before and thought we could always use more money. But we also see tabloids and read news about celebrities who become depressed, addicted to drugs, or go through multiple divorces. The belief that high income is associated with good mood is widespread but mostly untrue. What was discovered in their study is that people with above average income are relatively satisfied with their lives but are barely happier than others in moment-to-moment experience. They tend to be more tense and do not spend more time in particularly enjoyable activities. Moreover, the effect of income on life satisfaction seems to be transient. They argue that people exaggerate the contribution of income to happiness because they focus in part on the conventional achievements when evaluating their life or the lives of others. You may wonder, where do we develop this cognitive bias and how can we prevent ourselves from falling prey to our natural predispositions? The focusing illusion is a difficult bias to avoid. In some sense, you can say it's inevitable. It's part of the fundamental way that the human brain operates, learning from experience. We learn and associate things with positive or negative experiences from a young age. The same way we learn not to play with fire because we'll get burned, we learn to associate higher income with happiness, even though there's no valid correlation. The trouble comes when we place too much emphasis on a single action without seeing that action in the context of others. So that we don't find ourselves making decisions swayed by our cognitive bias, one of the best ways to prevent ill judgment is by keeping an open mind and a positive attitude. Whenever we're approached with a situation or a decision that seems identical to one we've had in the past, we have to remind ourselves that not all situations are the same. There will always be different factors in play that could have alternative results. In these moments, it's good to start asking yourself questions like, what happened last time I did that? Or, is it reasonable to assume that that single action caused that outcome? If not, what else might have contributed to that outcome? How many other factors were in play? And are these same factors in play this time? Most other situations in life are more nuanced, and it's likely that most outcomes will have many contributing causes. Being able to identify these causes will help you decide whether an action should be tried again or not. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this useful. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to our channel below. We really appreciate your support. Also, follow us on our social media and visit our website at thetopessentials.com to learn more about how you can live your best life. See you again next week.